Audible properly? All right. So here we are having two topics specifically here, which is target selection and reconnaissance. So this won't be a recon video. This would be an initial recon that you should do, and there is a very major question which is target selection. So I will make this video as raw as possible. The same video I usually use in classes and all these things. So we will be discussing in that perspective. So that was a very basic thing, that how to choose target and all these things. So yes, let's take a look. So look, choosing target is kind of a very a new topic to all these things, because everyone wants to learn multiple things, learn new things, but there is a lot of things that we are usually ignoring, right? So look, target selection is a complex process. We need to understand this thing, because whatever suits for me is not going to suit for you in every case. So we need to specify all these things that you should. So suppose we need major, we usually take a look on few things majorly. The first one is scope. Now let me clear one thing. Scope doesn't mean high subdomains only. High number of subdomains, not the high subdomains. Scope doesn't mean only high number of subdomains. It contains lot of things. There might be some sort of IP ranges provided. There must be some sort of let's say, you know after IP ranges there is a scope provided for it. Scope of exclusive things, like you are hunting on few things, but you are not supposed to hunt on XYZ IPs. So this type of thing should be provided, along with the very main thing, acquisitions. Acquisitions should be provided. All right, this type of thing should be there for a good scope. Then we get a functionality, functions. I'm just marking it as function. So there's definitely should be a functionings, like maybe you can say as profiles, maybe a complete let's say store type. Suppose it's a store, then there would be a lot of functionalities like card payments and all these things. So I'm not going to mention them. High functions, good program, simple as that. Now we're in the third section, which is suitability, I guess. So this is not a very practical example to demonstrate that thing, but I guess if you are comfortable with any target, you should go with it. Like let's say, suppose you are good with stores, or you are having a good experience with stores, then you should prefer stores over any other thing. If these two conditions are matching, so suitability matters. Sometimes it's on the type of website, and sometimes it's on the functions of website. Suppose you are good with Laravel or maybe Vue.js, you should go with them instead of going on other things. I would say that yes, it's worth it trying all the other things, but on the same hand, I will say go for the things that you have done before. So kind of explore new things along with the older things. Now, scope is having a benefit, yes. High number subdomains, IP ranges, scope and exclusives. Now, if there is these two things very precisely specified, technically all of these things, then you can easily get or use your own created automations on it. So if we take example for it, then yes, we will go to this sort of things. Let's take a look on this. So we will choose at least three target for mock, and then we'll select one from them. So we are going to select the very infamous, let's try hacker one. Anyone, I'll go with the integrity, and I will choose one with VDP. So let's say lease web. So let's see, we are having Visa. Let's pick this one. Then we got integrity. Yes, we can log in, or it's not logged in, so we don't have to go do some random things here. We have lease web. Then let's go with the let's say let's go with Uber here. Uber. And then you can also go for the visa. We have done that. Let's select visa. So we are having three things here. Now we will choose target accordingly. So visa is having a good number of scope provided, as you guys can see this thing. But as much as I know, everything that is not in scope is out of scope. So if you just take a look on out of scope, let's take a look on out of scope vulnerabilities. Just it is not having okay. If you're not sure whether a particular asset is class in scope, please ask us. So if there is something that you want to try, you better ask them instead of just going and hunting on it. Then we got Uber. So look, there is a thing. Uber is also giving us this type of data here. Let me show you a few of them. Look, Recon data. So it is having a number of subdomains. That's cool. It is accepting what do we say that it's accepting acquisitions. So no, it is not accepting acquisitions. I know that. So it is having subdomains and a IP list. So let's see what is the IP list here. So look, there is the number of IPs. Now what is this? Let's take a look here. So Uber provided endpoint to determine whether an asset belongs to Uber or not. And one more link here. So look, these things belongs to them. They have acquired that. Now the IPs they provided, we should try only things onto them. We can't go. mm, We can't go here and there with them because it is a precise scope. So we can say IP ranges and scope of exclusive. These two things are given here, right? They're not accepting acquisitions, high number of subdomains. So yeah, this is justifiable. These two things are also justifiable, but they're not accepting acquisitions. All right. Functions, they're having a good number of functions, zero doubts. Suitability, it's completely on you. So if I'm having Visa or Uber, what will I go for? Just give a guess. What should I go for? Visa or Uber? Obviously, I will go for Uber because I'm having a good scope. So, how to choose a target is simply based on what scopes you are having. What are you having on it, right? You are not going to select anything blindly. You need to take a look on it in a pure way. So, always keep in mind this thing. Now, we are having the winner as Uber here. That's good. So, I'm going to close this one. Now, I'm having a lease web. So as much as I know about this program, it's a good program, and they're having a very good scope. If I just go with like this high number of subdomains, it is not justifiable here, but still they're having good number of subdomains. Let's see how many they are having. I don't remember. Hyphen D. I have my APIs managed. Let's see how will I get. So here we are having a moderate number of subdomains. I won't say a lot of subdomains and all this fancy thing, but yeah, we are having a moderate number of subdomains, not too much. Technically, not even a much. So we won't say this one, but yes, I would agree with the IP ranges, scope of exclusive and acquisitions. So they're not having the scope of exclusive because they're not asking for any exclusions. If I just copy the name, lease web, go to Crunchbase and just type lease web. So this company is having 5 acquisitions. And if I find IP of any of these acquisition and report any bug on any IP of this acquisition, they will accept it. So yes, this is a really a good program, and functions are not, I will say, not that good or bad. It's average, but technically it's a store, so yes, it is a good one. Suitability, it's completely on you, so we can simply ignore this one. And that's a really suitable and kind of a very good target to spend time on, even with their response time. Now, there is a very, list of the major doubts all the bug bounty hunters who are getting into it on all these things are have. So we will take a look on this question, but before that, if we are having Uber versus or lease web, what will we choose? We will definitely choose lease web. All right. If you want to ask anything, you can drop in chat. I'll be taking a look onto it now. So there is a very major, a lot of questions like, you know, lots of bug reported or disclosed. In multiple program we can see this thing. Like if I just go to hacker one, go to directory, I'll just go to a very common program. Let's say let's choose ATT. Come on, why are you taking so much long? Let me just go with. mm, let's go with a very famous one. Let's say IBM. Don't know it's taking too much, but yes, I guess IBM would be good to explain that thing. Look. Here we are having. We don't need to explore much. Suppose Yahoo is having 11,456 reports. So this doesn't mean that Yahoo is not having any bugs. The report of or the number of disclosures or the number of report doesn't matter to any conclusion. Always keep in mind this thing. The number of or we will say the number of reports submitted disclosed, this doesn't mean that the target is completely secured. With every changes there might be new vulnerabilities arise, so obviously you don't judge a program by that thing. I will definitely agree to that thing. Then one more issue that everyone will be asking for is how to find high response, or I'll just change the word with quick response PDP. So look, this is a very common doubt. If you are having any question related to target choosing, kindly drop it onto the chat so I can take a look on it. So how to find quick, response time VDP. So look, I'm not that much, sure on it, but I have seen a lot of people doing a lot of good and bad things to do this specific output. So for finding quick response, a lot of people are doing, making a duplicate report or making a false report of origin IP and report it to tens of programs. And those who have responded within 1 week, they will find bugs on it. They will do this thing. Usual cases. I'm marking my words. Usual cases. But also, I've seen a lot of people having a good group of bug bounties and all these things to discuss things, to get some sort of, discussion along the team, or they are having, a lot of a good friend group, I will say. We all have a good number of friends. We just make a group. We will just discuss targets and on to that. You guys can have a good discussion with your friends if you have some of them in the bug bounties, or just let me know. I will drop a WhatsApp group link that you can join. You will find a lot of people onto that if you want to discuss with multiple peoples and discuss your doubts. So you can definitely do that thing. I'm dropping the link in the chat. All right. Now, next thing, high response is also, I would like to add one small thing here, that you don't wait to find bugs, right? I'll say what I mean by that is very simple. You don't wait for everything to happen, right? You just try to find bug, report it as much as you can. You can have a folders like this. Let me show you how. What you can make a folder like cd terminal target. You can have a folder like all the targets, all the things. But also you can have it, in like months like this. Okay, in this month I hunt on this. In this month I hunted on this program. So you can do things like that. So finding responsive programs for all these things is kind of boring. If you are having a good time, hunt on multiple programs. Usually VDP will not be that much of lengthy programs. It would be around a small scope to a medium scope. So you can take a look onto a specific target for or in under 48 hours. So you can spend 48 hours on a single target, get a good collection of it, and then report it. But I would like to mention one thing: don't expect after reporting a bug. Don't be in the hope that they will respond with a bounty or reward. Forget about it. The more you expect, the more disappointment you will get. So don't be a guy who will expect a bounty and report a bug and wait for response. Never do this mistake. Now, next thing, dogs to use. Look, I don't know if there is any specific dog to use, but I usually use sushi wushi dogs. Where is sushi wushi bug bounty dogs? I usually use these dogs and mix some of them with my own and this type of things. And the most useful that I know is security.txt. Yes, that can do a lot of things like this security.txt. This one is a kind of a good one to find all the programs and all these things. And yes, I think that's a good one. Then the in URL responsible disclosure reward bounties. You guys need to learn dorking. It is very simple to find programs using docs. I can go with the this one like in your responsible disclosure bug bounty, and then the exact the TLD like .nl .uk .eu all these things. You can use that one. I would definitely use them if I have a chance to use it. Then choosing target, good. We are good with that. Choosing these things, all good, right? Now one more thing that what to do first. So it is very simple answer to it. What to do first is very simple. Explore the target. Never directly go to hunt on a program like okay I found a program, let's sign up, test 100 bugs onto it. Come on, you need to do that, but before that there is a step to understand the program. If you know how the program is working, what is the exact usage of the target, how the users are going to use this website. If you know these three things clearly, you can hunt on that program. That's the simplest description I have for you all. Then choosing program. Okay, someone just post issue how to choose program with specific functionality like Jenkins, WordPress, Grafana. So look, as I said, suitability matters. You need to explore a lot others. But on the other end, there is a cheat sheet for it. You can go to Shodan. Simply enter your title. Like let's say, let me go to Shodan. Look, I usually like Shodan. I am big fan of it. If I just type WordPress here, let's see what will I get. Okay, yes. After this thing, I will tell you how to increase the subdomain thing. So look, here you got the organization. Sometime I have seen a lot of people choosing target from here. In the classes, we have seen the Vodafone bounty, right? Others. So yes, I have found the target using this. Simply just type your functionality here and you will get it. If I just do something like this, title dot or colon Jenkins. This is the open Jenkins doc. I'm just removing this. We just need to find the Jenkins only. Jenkins, come on. Okay. So look, we're having 22,000 Jenkins IP. We can try to find, organizations, try to report them. Simple as that. But if you still want to find things onto that, like how to find specific uh, product or how to find specific functionality based targets, then there is a thing onto it. There is the lot of programs. Like suppose you have reported a Jenkins bug, then the program will suggest that a hacker will send you a mail that these programs are also using the same functionalities. So you can take a look onto that. Even though there are few functionalities, if I'm not wrong, they provide to work on these specific tools. You can go to bug crowd and they will specify in many cases that yes, we are this program or this website or this web app is using WordPress. You can take a look on the WordPress and you will find a lot of programs onto it. And at least you can simply go for responsible disclosure along with WP-content. So you will get the WordPress domains with responsible disclosure written onto them. So you can do kind of creative methodologies here instead of using very boring techniques scrolling through pages. Clear? All right. So could you please share the subdomain enumeration methodology? Yes, I will tell you that. So our target choosing was here. I think this was all things. If you still have to ask anything, let me know. Now, as I said, we will also take a look on the initial recon. I know the live are not that 1 or 2 hour long because I just want to make it a very genuine one. We just clear one topic each day. So as you can ask that, yes, how will I try to find subdomains more and more? So I will say do few things. We can do few things. They are very simple. Recursive, or I don't know what to say, but I just name it recursion on my own. I don't know why. So this is my domain.tld. I'll find subdomains. So look, for subdomains, you can use multiple things. You can use AMAS, subfinder, configured one, configure it first, and then crt.sh. Right. I usually use these three, and they will give a list of subdomains, which is S1. Now I will try to find subdomains of the subdomains I have. Suppose S1 is having 100 subdomains. So I will use these three tools again on this file. Got it? I'll use the subdomain finding thing on the subdomains I found. I will just do it again and again for around 3 times, and on the third time it will give me around 150 subdomains, and in many cases this might change into 1500 subdomains. So it will just double or triple in some cases, but in most it won't. What word list would I use? So there is a thing I have said the same thing in multiple videos that if you are having any portal, anything, any endpoint, always take a look on that what functionality is running. If you know that there is Nginx going on, use Nginx fuzzing list. If you see that there is a, let's say, there's a lot of HTML file, try to use the HTML fuzzing list. So I usually use the payload of all the sec list because that is having a lot of function specified list, and there is a lot of other GitHub repositories. I will use that. Anything else? All right. So let me take a look on the third topic. The second topic we are having specifically there, which was recon. So what would be my initial recon for it? So let's take a look on that particular thing. So I have posted a tweet. I don't know where is the tweet these days, but yes, I have posted a recon tweet on the There is no all-in-one tool for Recon. I'm being clear here. There is no all-in-one tool for Recon. Like I have few tools of my own. I made few private tools, but there is no tool for automating the complete Recon because you need to do it manually. When you do it manually, you explore things that you are not having that much hand on to. Like suppose you are having, let's say you are having a program, you want to hunt on it, but when you are doing way back manually, you will get to look take a peek on it, right? You will just definitely take a look on it, and you will find eventually some endpoint that you are not going to grab in that list. So on that thing, yes, you try to get a lot of things. Now someone asked that, can you share the amas user? Just I'll share the amas user. It's simple command. Even though I use amas for the ASN numbers, if I want to find from it, I will usually use this type of things. I will use this type of things when I want to find for AMAS. Now, in Sudan, how to select a target for new CV? You don't select a target for new CV. You just paste the CV doc and select a target. If I just go to my Twitter, yeah, I use AMAS enumeration for hyphen AMAS enumeration hyphen D for the subdomains. But when we are having ASN number, I will use that. Look, let me share. Let me tell you a thing. Just give me a minute. So I'm having few things. Let me show you. When you're trying to find the CVs, you can simply get dog here. So we are having the Outlook dog, right? On FOFA, I got this dog. For Shodan, here we are having this dog. So I will just take a look on the FOFA one and go to FOFA. FOFA is very good in many cases. Just paste here. FOFA is kind of a bit slow, but come on, that's good. So look, in FOFA I got 39,982 IPs. That's good. Now I will go for Shodan. We'll go for Shodan. Copy this thing. This is the POC. Good. I'll go for Shodan. What? Okay, so I have 1050. Okay, I have a good number. 155k IPs. Just go for organizations. Select all of the organizations that you would like to report this bug. But always keep in mind that most of the IPs might belong to one of the one of their customers. So always take a look on sorting them out. So suppose I want to report IP. Usually start from the lowest number. I'll just go to the bottom of this list and choose one from it. Like let's say Alibaba Cloud Singapore Private Limited. So cloud is out of scope as it belongs to customer. Hmm. You can just choose any of them. Then use the POC provided here. So okay, where is the POC? Okay, there would be the POC here. Good. So yes, you can use the POC onto that. That's simple as that. Not a big deal. Same on the FOFA. Just do this thing. How to validate honeypots? In many cases in Shodan, it will just simply show honeypot written onto there. If I just go to like org aliencomputing.co.ltd. It will simply show if there is a honeypot. It will just type HONEY under the, you know, under the specific doc. I'll try to show few of them because that's a big issue, I guess. Honeypots. It will just write honeypot here, exact at this place. Okay, so Waymore versus Waymore versus the Wayback URLs. I'll say, look, Waymore uses URL scan, alien vault, all these things to get you a report. But on the same hand, if you just take a look on Wayback URLs, it will only use archive.org. But if you use any one of them properly, you will get good results. But I will say for more results, use Waymore. It has the name. It name contains the thing more, way more. So what is my recon methodology? Look, recon is very hard thing. I'll say that. Even I have made a course which is only for private. It's a private course. It was not public at the moment. Like for the first 10 students, it was not public. It was $100 recon course. If you just take a look on the contents here, let me give you a delusional idea that recon is not what we think. We are look, recon is having a lot of things like mindset. All these things are good. How to choose target acquisitions, and then all the way up to 68 topics of just recon. So I guess yes, recon is very complicated topic, but I will say the more links you find, the more you deep down. Like suppose you are having any sort of if you spend time on reconnaissance, if you spend time on Twitter, if you spend time on LinkedIn, all these places, you know that the more you explore, the more you get. It is not just about any number of domains, number of things. Just constantly jump on things. That was my best decision or the best thing I would like to tell you. That yes, I'll say jump on things more frequently. You might be having uh, usually, most people are distracted while hunting. You have done the subdomains and all the theoretical tool part. Now you don't do the dorking part. If you do dorking, you only dork Google and GitHub. What about Shodan, Fofa, Census, Hunter? If you have done all these things, what about the data leaks you have? What about the Wayback file? You don't enumerate or observe that too much. So these are the minor steps that we usually miss, and these are the most important ones. I don't use or I don't have any specific command for these tools. Let me show you. If this is my target folder, I'll just simply go like Wayback URLs and then my domain.com. It was simple as that. But but if it is having a file, let's say, is there a file which says that, let's say, which is having more than one domain. And what I mean from domain is like this. I want something like this, a list of this type of things. If I'm having a list of these domains without HTTPS and all these things, then I will use the just the domain list and then the Wayback URLs. I will use like this. That's all. Do you hunt on Mac? So in most cases, yes. In office, in my home setup, all the products that I have is mostly Apple, and I will definitely hunt on Mac. But on the other hand, I will go for Windows. When I'm traveling or going somewhere else, yes, I will be on Windows. But preferably on my option, Mac is suiting me better than Windows, so I just shifted on Mac. Simple as that. Command for Waymore. I have made a whole video on it. Is I guess. Wait a second. CD terminal tools. Okay, CD. Oh, that is a tool that you guys should use. The smuggler. Where is this? The smuggler. You guys should use this tool. Uh, if you guys are into the real life pen testing or real life, not real life pen testing. If you guys are willing to jump on some crazy things like, going with request smuggling and all these things, go with the smuggler tool. It's good. I will say it's good. Just have a look on it. I usually use the way more as it was supposed to do. I don't have anything special for Waymo, even though I have made a video on it. Just provided a domain and get output. Simple as that. Anything else? In the next Recon video, in the next live, the episode 4 will be on maybe Recon, or I'll say specifically on Recon. And Recon will be having two parts, the front Recon and the back Recon. I just name it like the front and back Recon, but yeah, these are the two types of Recon. So, next episode would be on that. Look, not a big, kind of. I'm not using the link finder that much, so I'm not sure about the flags you want to use. But definitely, if I find any result or what you're asking about specifically, I'll just drop a comment. I'm not using link finder that much. I'm currently using only Waybacks. If you wanna switch for Mac for bug hunting, make sure you're comfortable with the environment on it. So now I guess this was the thing that we were discussing. If you guys are interested into bug bounty courses or into the Android bug bounties, you guys can take a look on these courses and see you guys in the upcoming live. As I said, next live would be specifically made on only on Reconnaissance. The Recon Part 1, Recon Part 2, and maybe a Recon Part 3. We don't know. You guys can take a look on these courses. It's starting on 15 March, the Advanced Bug Bounty Training, Batch 5. I'll be teaching on this with completely live, hands on experience on real life websites and would be hunting on multiple programs during this course. Also, you can go with Android or APK bug bounties if you guys are interested into Android pen testing and all these things. There would be more than me. There will be two instructors teaching all the contents. You guys can take a look for the registrations. And I guess that was for it. If you guys are having a question, just drop it down in the comment section or I'll just close this particular live on 245, currently 240. If any questions, just drop it down. How to get private nuclei templates? If you're asking about me, so maybe you can enroll in courses. I have made like 1200 templates giveaway in the previous course. You can go with that. Along with nuclei templates, come on. You can use nuclei for gathering information. I will never suggest to use nuclei for finding bugs. If you have your own templates, that's good. You can make few things with it. You can do a lot of things with it, but never relying on that. That was my take. I don't think that sharing template publicly would be a good idea to me. You can take a look on my GitHub. There's a lot of things already published or freely available there. Bug bounty feel कहते lonely feel करते हो. Look, bug bounty is not a lonely process. When I'm hunting, we are more than two or three people collectively hunting on a program. Or I might be hunting in office, so it's kind of not a board, it's kind of alone time to spend and work on something that you have decided. There is no choice if you feel lonely or not. It was your choices to go into bug bounty hunting. Down, you have no turning back. Do it or don't do it. Simple as that. It doesn't matter if you do it sadly, happily. That doesn't matter at all. If you wanna do it, do it. If you don't wanna do it, leave it. Just don't complain about the things that you have chose. That's what I believe. And if you feel lonely hunting, doing bug hunting, you should try corporate contracts. That contracts are way boring. So now you will be lonely and bored. Money matters clearly. There is a simple take. If I have made my courses free for a week, hundreds of people will join. No doubts on it. But no one will value the courses. That was the thing. Money matters even if you want to learn or if you want to earn. In both of the cases, money really matters a lot. And there is one more thing that matters more than money is peace. What skills you need to work on bug bounty? So I guess the best skill you will ever need is very simple. A dedication, the most important skill. Then you need a proper laptop. Maybe a 4 GB RAM i3 would be good. Still I have one i3 laptop. I use that. So you can go with very basic and very specific or very sophisticated laptop. Starting from them, you can simply go for basic understanding of web applications, basic understanding of networking. Along with networking, you need to understand how the web works. That's the main thing I think that you should learn. Then the Linux, and if you know development, that would be a good point. So these are the basic things that you need to work on bug bounty, and then you can start with things. One more thing I would like to mention that never rely on labs. If you have solved hundreds of labs, you will be enough to hunt on real life websites. I'm not sure. Really, I am not sure. Labs are vulnerable. Real life websites are not made to be vulnerable. Look, I'm not good with SQL injections, but I have few resources. I will share it in the comment section if I have, because there's a lot of Telegram channels, and you know what I mean, where you can learn SQL injections. The best thing I would say is take a look on the YouTube for it, or go for a hacker one activity. You will get a good collection. So I guess this was for it. We should end this particular live. If you guys are having anything else, you guys can just simply drop a comment, or we'll be live on the upcoming week with Reconnaissance. And if you find this particular live helpful, then share it to someone that you think that it will be helpful for them too. So that was for it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the upcoming videos, upcoming lives. And don't forget to take a look on the links in the description. Yes, Mahesh, you can take a look on the live. There are a lot of courses that you can simply refer to. I will mention the links for the courses too here, so you guys don't have to roam around the other videos. Alright, have a great day. Bye everyone.